Welcome back to part 2 as I continue the convo with Tim Lane all about VA loans. Tim walks us through the Tidewater process.
The Tidewater process, and I'm wanting to say it was 1960s is when this process came into effect. So any conventional FHA appraisal, the appraiser goes out, finishes the appraisal, submits it for the underwriter or the lender to review. At that point, the lender goes through it and says it's either at value or not at value, and then you have to do this. What the VA has done is they've taken one of those steps out. So if the appraiser is having an issue getting value, they reach out for help to the agents and say, hey, I'm not seeing the value that this house is under contract at. Can you get me some comparable sales, or am I missing anything, and get this over to me so that I can help get your value the first time? So when an appraiser invokes Tidewater, as a lender, we have 48 hours to get them comparables back, comps, to get those back over to the appraiser to look at. If the appraiser goes ahead and finishes out the appraisal, and if it's undervalued, we can do what we call a reconsideration of value. The VA is the only type of loan where we can go directly to the VA with letters from the veteran and the seller both saying, hey, we feel that the value should be at this. Here's why we feel it should be at that value. And the VA actually has the power to go in and increase the sales price on that, or the appraised value on that, if they feel that it's taking care of the veteran. It has to be in the veteran's best interest, not the seller's best interest.
I know on the Tidewater that I had, the seller and buyer, we negotiated, and they both came to the table to make up a little bit of difference.
Right.
And it all worked out great.
Yeah. So it sounds like they did a reconsideration value on it.
Okay.
And usually, if the seller's willing to come down on their sales price, and the veteran's willing to go up above the sales price or the appraised value, a lot of times the VA will take it into account that they're both working to get this done. Let's go ahead and get this veteran in this home.
Right, because that veteran, I mean, it's obviously the veteran, he or she, they want the home, and
Right.
if it's sound and
if it meets the three S's, everything, the NPRs, the minimum property requirements, if it meets those, that's what they're looking for.
Yeah, it might take just a little bit longer, but it's okay.
Yeah.
More info coming on VA loans with Tim Lane, Senior Loan Advisor and VA Specialist with Movement Mortgage. Plus, Tim is a vet.